What it is today. What are we talking about today?
Tools to get into alignment to recognize when you're in alignment. And then alignment for the sure. I agree to have it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're off. We're live.
So today I want to talk about what tools there are available to find your path, to find if you're in alignment, to recognize the signs of when you're not, and understand what being in alignment means. When connecting with the other dimensions, the other realms of knowledge, when you're divining, I like to start with sage to be able to smudge your environment to make sure that it's sacred and safe. And then I do a acknowledgement and invitation to the four directions to make sure that the guardians of the watchtowers are protecting. Get into that in another one. But there are different means of being able to divine information from the Akashic realm and from your spirit guides, and to be able to gain knowledge from what you are supposed to be doing in life. The one that I don't use as much as most people do, the Ouija board has got a bad reputation, and it has a tendency to pull in dark entities if you don't know how to protect yourself before that. I found that the enchanted spell board is more of a it calls in the positive vibrations from the universe instead of any kind of negative. The Ouija board has been put into a negative thought, negative connotations, so it tends to pull in the negative energies. I've already talked about the tarot cards and how you're able to gain knowledge and information and guidance through the cards. There are so many different cards to be able to choose from to be able to get the information that you need. What I want to talk about today mostly is crystals, Gaia, Mother Earth, and the power that you're able to draw from and empower within yourself to move forward in alignment with the universe. There's other, today I burn what's called burdock root. And burdock root, what it does is it brings in the essence of success so that you reach the people who need to hear what you have to say. It's important to do that in everyday life. If you have going to work and you want to be able to bring across a message to your coworkers or to your boss with clarity, it's a good root to burn. And I just keep it as a standby when I'm trying to communicate with people that might not understand what I'm saying but need to hear my message. Crystals are the most powerful tool that I have come across yet to be able to get into alignment and maintain a connection with Source and Gaia. To clear your chakra, to find your path, to be able to know what you're doing with clarity and focus, and not have to have the negative energies and influences in your life. Each crystal has its own vibration, its own its own job to do in society and in the human body. They have what's called a chakra clearing bracelet. It has all the crystals that help to be able to clear the different chakras in your body. But sometimes that's not that's all that needs to happen. People have trauma in their life. People have doubts and fears and phobias and limiting beliefs that crystals can clear, crystals can remove, crystals can rectify the problem. Amethyst is really good if people are saying amethyst. A lot of people wear amethyst. This is birthstone and all this stuff. Amethyst is really good for detoxifying. That's if you're in negative energy, live in a place or are working in a place where people have a lot of negative beliefs in what they're doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, then there's no reason to be doing it. But a lot of people project the negative as such. Amethyst is a detox. And if you can actually take it and bring it into your being, detoxifying the environment also detoxifies your body. If you're trying to get off of drugs, trying to see the difference in life without having to go through the mental detoxification of substance abuse or meat. A lot of the meats that we eat nowadays that you buy in the store has hormones in it. So if you carry amethyst, the hormones that are in the animal that you're actually ingesting by eating the meat doesn't come into your body. Some amethyst is actually able to take the I don't want to say this in a specific sense, but sometimes when a woman is trying to get pregnant or a man is trying to get a woman pregnant, it can clear out the toxic energy that's in there that keeps this cell from going into the egg and fertilizing the egg. Just in a general sense, it's going to happen. Each crystal has its own job to do in your system, and you go through and you have Amazonite. Amazonite is good for things like when you're trying to move forward and trying to eliminate you have a whole bunch, you have 5 options in front of you, and you have 3 that are good and 2 that are bad. I'll take the 2 out of the way by carrying Amazonite because it flows through and clears out the doubt. And it gets right to your soul. Now you have another one. You have the you go down to the red obsidian. Now red obsidian is lava that's from a volcano, and the red obsidian is the stuff that got way too hot and it wasn't able to let go of the copper that's inside of it, so it turns it red. It brings a sense of the empowerment is from the flow of your own blood, like the flow of lava. When you have the copper in it, it actually neutralizes and grounds, just like copper does. It's a grounding non-conductive element, and it can keep you grounded and in touch with source and the source house in front of you. You're able to see the path of success, the path of enlightenment right there in front of you. Then you have rose quartz. Rose quartz goes right to the heart. It's for unconditional love. It's translucent. It's pink. It's like clear blood. When you have a clear sense of self and a clear sense of others, and you're able to love, be loved, when you want to, rose quartz helps with that. Creates that. I'm going to give you one more example, and then I'll move on. Let's go through. Okay, sunstone. Sunstone is the masculine energy. If you're not able to make a decision easily, or your thoughts are clouded on everybody else's influence, it clears out their influence. It brings out the logic within yourself to be able to see the masculine energy as such, and you're able to make decisions more decisively, and it brings a sense of confidence within yourself as in when you're making decisions. Now, the opposite of that, one more time. Sorry, I didn't mean to do this. The opposite of that is the moonstone. Now, moonstone is a feminine energy. It's when you need to take in some nurturing ideas, when you're dealing with children, when you're dealing with adults that aren't aged, that don't think clearly, dementia, Alzheimer's, that kind of stuff. The moonstone can help you bring in the feminine energy and embrace your nurturing side so that you could deal with the situation on a more compassionate sense. You know, you have children that just don't behave correctly. You have to come in with your feminine energy to be able to nurture them instead of disciplining them. On that sense here, you take out the masculine energy of the logic and like deal with this child logically, or this adult logically, and you bring it to a sense of nurturing and comforting, and it empowers you to feel better about the situation instead of trying to shotgun, try to handle it better. It's important at times to be able to have a nurturing side, and it's important at times to have the logical side, the analytical. It defines a process. Now, crystals are healing, they are empowering, they are clarifying, they are every sense of being can be amplified through touch and feeling and embracing crystals and their energy. Every crystal has the way that they were formed creates an energy within them that is useful for humans, earthlings. Translucent crystals have more of clarifying, of clearing, of cleansing.
What are some examples of translucent crystals? Okay,
translucent crystals are amethyst, citrine, selenite. It's a half and half. Let's see. Fluorite. Fluorite is amazing. Fluorite is the most colorful crystal there is in existence. It can be found. Every color is found in the rainbow of fluoride. Now, fluoride is what they make fluoride from, right? And if you actually get the dust in it, you're polishing or whatever, you get the dust of it, it's actually toxic. It's cyanide. Not good. But the fluoride, you can use it for fluoride, which actually crystallizes over your pineal gland and makes it so that you can't really use it as much. It was created as a fluoride, as a rinse for your teeth and to strengthen your teeth. But that same element that strengthens your teeth goes over your pineal gland. And it was created by the Third Reich, Hitler, to create a barrier for the Jews with their connection with Source. It's just a little bit of history in that. But if you don't if you don't ingest it anyway, put it in the water in your body in any way, then it doesn't do the same thing. And arthritis or any kind of circulatory blockages, you rub the fluoride on that area and it clears it. My family, all the women in my family have rheumatoid arthritis, and their hands and feet are just like cramped up all the time. And mine started to do that, and I put fluoride. I just rubbed the fluoride on it, and it opens up all that flow of systems and breaks down the calcified stuff. Yeah, calcified in your joints, and it heals it. Yeah, the healing powers of crystals are amazing. But fluoride also cleanses any kind of blocks you have in any circulatory. I am a true believer in the power of fluoride. Now, another translucent is Amazonite, all the aquamarine and most agates have translucent parts. Opals, opalized anything has translucent power to it. All the calcites are semi-translucent, and all quartz is translucent. Now, go through that. There are 5 different shapes that come when you look at crystals in the microscope. Let's get into that. That's a whole different. That's just a whole different side. That's geology. We're trying to do the magic part of it. So whatever crystal you're looking for, whatever element that you need to have, whatever empowerment that you need to embrace in a crystal, you use clear quartz. If you don't have that one in your hand, you use clear quartz, and you take it and you just give the intention. I intend this to be such and such a crystal, and that one has the power to utilize the elements of that the other crystal you don't have the crystal. It's just like
universally empowered.
It's just like with rosemary. If you don't have the earth that you need to be able to do whatever spell you're trying to do with the spell, whatever spell you're trying to do, if you don't have the certain herb that you need to have to be able to make it happen, rosemary can be empowered with whatever intention you have for it.
Right.
That good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Crystals have the power of being able to heal from this lifetime and lifetime, all lifetimes. If they have, you can clear karmic debt from past lifetimes with the specific crystal that whatever that debt is from, whatever needs to be cleared from that action that happened from that karmic debt can be cleared through crystals. You know damn good and well that you hurt that person over there because you took their money. You take malachite and you empower it, and you can remove the financial debt that you have towards that person. Now the intention has to be to eliminate that negative energy that you sent to that person. That's all that intention offset. You put that into effect, and you can take whatever harm you have caused. It's intentionally or unintentionally, and you can use a crystal to be able to clear that debt.
Wow.
And and so people who have blocks for abundance in any way, they can clear that karmic debt from themselves or from others from past. You don't even have to know what it is. If you just know that you have a blockage from love, from a good relationship, you can take a rose quartz and you can take, there's like 4 or 5 other crystals, you put it into a grid, and with that grid you can empower yourself to overcome the karmic debt that was caused, whatever, to be able to open yourself up to receive. All that comes with just a little bit, and there's books in all kinds of books. I mean, I have right here, I have 8 books that are all about crystal healing, karmic healings, and you've got all kinds of them, and that's all well and good, and it's all in writing, but when you have certain things that are going on in your own life that you need to find balance or cleanse yourself of, to be able to get the right formula, to get the right ingredients. And it can take a long time, or it can take a minute, depending on if you have the right mentorship. All of the tools that can be used to be able to get into alignment. If you don't use them right, you don't get the right results.
Right.
And I see people all the time that are carrying around, oh my gosh, I saw this lady the other day. She had like 11 different crystals around her neck. And they were all in such conflict with each other. It was no wonder she had such chaos in her life. And that happens a lot. Even with this bracelet that they have with the karmic, for the karma cleansing, it's a beautiful thing. And every single one of them is good for cleansing your karma. But if you don't have any kind of problems with your communicating, You know, if your throat chakra is just pure, you have something there that's to clear your throat chakra. If you don't have a problem there, then that's overpowering. It can actually cause so you start, so you are able to filter anything that you want to say to somebody. You need to speak your truth, but sometimes you need to be able to filter the truth to be less
Facts.
exactly self-tax. And that can happen. Or you have something that's clearing your heart chakra, and your heart chakra is fine, and then all of a sudden you're receiving all this stuff that you see as being love in the third eye, but it's actually love in common sense, and the conflict comes in at that point. Unconditional love is good, but tough love is also necessary sometimes. Love somebody unconditionally to show them tough love. But if you have something in there that's opening up your heart, you're not going to be able to see where the tough love is necessary, and then use counterproductive stuff too. These are all lessons that I've learned along the way, and it took me a long time. 6.5 years of being away from everybody to learn all this stuff before I could go to the Akashic Realm and find all the information that I needed to be able to live and teach and be. So that's what I want to do. That's what my coaching is about. There are dreams to be not just recognized but realized. And when you have karmic debt, karmic healing that needs to take place, and you're trying to go after something that isn't in alignment with what the universe has in mind for you, it just seems like you're pounding your head against the wall. And I'm able to recognize it. I can look at somebody and see with their flow of energy from source to Gaia. I can see where the blockages are, and I can. It's kind of like I call it a prescription. You know, a prescription of crystals to be able to clear that and to be able to get the flow between the two opened up. And that's part of my coaching. I also have the I am an evocative coach. I let people find their own solution once they have clarity on what the problem is. People like to focus on the problem too much. And I see the problem as being a lesson already learned and a means of being able to move on. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Oh, okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, you're very good.
Can I help you with that? Huh?
Always.
So the one crystal that is in a form that's the most useful that I've had in my own life is a pendulum. Now, a pendulum is a yes-no tool, but it divines the information from source, I believe, through the messenger, angels and stuff. And I've been able to find out in my own, it's hard for me to see in myself what my blockages are because I can't see the flow. I can feel where it blocked most of the time, but sometimes it's like, what the heck's going on? Why can't I get past this problem? And I can bring I lay down and I put my pendulum over my different chakras, and I can see when I start moving which chakras blocked. And then I know what crystals I need to be able to use. But pendulum, this one is fluoride, and it's the most colorful. It's green fluoride, which is good for clarity and the flow of getting money. Where's the blockage so I can get my money? Well, I might not be getting my money. And it's because my heart chakra is blocked when it comes to money. When I see abundance in that part of my heart, I understand what the blockage is now, and I'm going to work on it with the crystals and of course manifesting. When I manifest other than the first round. So I actually think that on the new moon and the full moon, we should do a ritual on here to be able to show how to bring in the elements and the spirit guides. Yeah. there's really three things that need to be taken into consideration when doing anything with crystals or with cards or any kind of magic divining information, and that's opening the circle of protection, the spirit protection. And next time we do that event, I want to do that because it's important. Right now I'm not using any venture divining anything. I don't feel comfortable showing how they work because I haven't opened the circle of protection. And Monday at 3
Pacific Standard.
It's no Pacific Daylight Savings Time right now. Standard Time anyway. Or Daylight Savings. So it's like, but right now it is in our time. What time is it?
5:18.
5:18. 5:18 Pacific Standard. So, however you can translate that to other places, other time zones. But it's really important to know how to do that first, because if you do any kind of magic or any kind of divining without that protection, you don't know what kind of elements and kind of energies you're going to pull in.
Right.
And it's really important to filter out that, or you're not going to get the right healing, whatever. I have two other examples here of healing. Okay. Chakra healing, healing. The sound healing is really, I can't hear it on.
Here.
Okay, so you have the sound healing, and it goes through, and you have, this goes right to, it's your heart chakra, to clear it from any kind of negative energies that you have going towards others. It's good to use right before you start carrying those cords. Because if you don't have it cleared out, then you're not going to be able to recognize what's positive and it's actually fake. Brings clarity to it all. Another one is the sound. Well, this one is for your third eye chakra. It clears it out so that you can it opens it up. Now, if you're sitting here, do you feel it here? Can you feel it? Yeah? Okay, so they're two different frequencies, and they're just they're just examples of what there is to use as tools to be able to get the same effects, but to amplify and define what crystals you need to have to be able to clear out the chakras. I have one for every chakra. I have one up here, but each one has each frequency has their own tool, also their own purpose. Crystals have their own purpose. That's why I was trying to put there. Yeah. Each crystal has their own vibration to be able to serve a purpose. And each aromatherapy, each smell, each herb, they all have their own purpose. And utilizing Gaia and her powers and her tools to be able to fulfill your purpose, my purpose, it gives clarity. Gives understanding, and it gives your path. And if you can't find it on your own, you know that. Oh, yes, what I do. And it costs money, yes, but that's because I'm gifted, and my gift is necessary and useful. And I can do that. Oh, and if you have crystals in your possession, you need to make sure you have selenite. Selenite will cleanse the negative energy that's built up in each crystal. And some of them hold the energies.
Okay.
Thank you. As a kid being on camera, I think.
Okay.